everybody.
Hello, everyone. I'm Kim,
And I'm Andy.
and together we're the I Wonder
Wonder
Sisters,
Sisters.
and we say Happy Monday. For us, it's MLK Day, so we want to say Happy MLK Monday to Martin Luther King, who my mother had she would say the pleasure actually of meeting once and really working in the civil rights movement. And of course it wasn't all a pleasure, but she was happy to be a part of that. So through her, I've learned a lot and everything. So I hope everybody's enjoying the day, and I hope that many of us are like living pieces of the dream, and I just think that's wonderful. So I just want to acknowledge him. So anyway, so today we wanted to talk a little bit about meditation. And its different forms of meditation, and also kind of share with you that you need to allow yourself the freedom to do your spiritual practice the way that works most naturally for you. Meditation is a huge part of any spiritual practice, but Andy and I both have very different experiences with it, and so we just want to share with you a little bit about our personal experiences with meditation, what it does for us, how we do it, how we're so different. In the ways that we could actually get something from it, in hopes that you will be able to say, find your own way of meditating, and feel better about yourself if you can't do meditation in the same way as you see someone else doing it. So so Angie is going to share because she loves it.
Okay, and I didn't meditate this morning, but there are a couple of ways I meditate. The most usual way is to do sitting meditation, and I light a candle and I light incense. Sometimes I listen to music, sometimes I don't. I put crystals near me, um, and the first thing I do is take in my space. I look at everything in my space, in my by my altar, and take everything in, because everything that's there has meaning to me. And then I'll take a few deep, relaxing breaths and close my eyes. And a variety of things happen for me. Um, Sometimes my brain is on overdrive and I can't shut it down, so I just let it go. Um, Sometimes I get to a place where people who have passed come to me and sit with me, talk with me. Sometimes they just stand there and look at me just to let me know that they're there. Um, Sometimes I hear the voice of the universe um, speak to me, and sometimes it's just silence. Um, and I think in some ways those are the times I like the best. Um, so that's one way that I meditate. Um, but I also meditate when I do the dishes, um, and if I take a walk by myself. Um, I will meditate. But I can't be frenetically active. Although I will say, when I was a serious runner, I used to definitely meditate when I was running, because I would run long distances and really go into a zone, which was very beautiful and a lot of fun. Um, and I think helped me in many ways, because during those days I was not very well, and running really saved me in some respects, or was one of my saviors. Um, so those are the ways that I meditate. Um, okay.
Well, I've known a lot of runners. From the time I was a kid, I've known some really serious runners, and I know that they all have said that they get to a certain point where they feel this sort of euphoric feeling. when they're running. And I know people who get that from exercise, period. Um, Unlike Andy, I can be involved in my meditations really need to be somewhat active, whether they are mentally active or physically active, preferably. Um, so I get the same uh, sort of, I guess, peacefulness and connection, more so by actually doing things that are sort of tasks that other people might feel are mundane. I was telling Andy yesterday when I was out cleaning up after the horses, which is like really strenuous. This is a huge ranch, so one horse stall is like a huge area. Um, and I found that even though physically it requires a lot, mentally it allowed me to kind of really just be in touch with what it was that I was doing. I found that I was much more able to get into the moment, to be in the present. And it also helped me to have appreciation, like as I was, shoveling the horse poop, um, and using the wheelbarrow and taking it back and forth to the compost area and stuff like that. Different things would just come to me without any effort. Like I started feeling gratitude because most of the women in my family who made it to my age were, sick with something chronic, some type of chronic illness, or dealing with something that they have dealt with all of their lives, and they didn't live past like 62. I think is the oldest person, a woman, is particularly that passed away in my family. So all of a sudden, as I was, bending down and just moving, and using the shovel and squatting and things like that, I felt a real sense of gratitude that I was able to do that. It certainly didn't feel like it would have felt when I was 25, but and I said that to myself too, but that's okay because I'll get better and stronger, and I really, found myself being able to really tune into nature, and I just looked at things differently. The trees, I interact with the horses. Sometimes all of the horses are what you call, turned out into the pasture. Like if there's a lot of horses in a stall, our landlady doesn't put us through that because we're still learning communication with them. And they know it, so she'll turn them all out to pasture, so that they're not there. But yesterday Saturday I had Imagine, the horse Imagine, he's a stallion, and I had yesterday Imagine and his mate Sally in there, and they weren't paying me any attention because they were in the midst of eating. And when you watch animals, particularly like watching the horses, they have such a way of just being in the moment. It's like they were paying attention to their hay and eating, and they weren't paying any attention to me at all. And it's interesting to watch their behavior, and how horses just take anything as it comes, And so I interact a lot with them when I'm in there and there's a horse there. So I told Andy, I said, for so many years I have tried still meditation. In many ways, I've done guided meditations. I've done the binaural beats. And if you're not familiar with those, because some of you may love doing meditation in that way, the binaural beats, and all you have to do is actually search for it on YouTube. They are these series of sounds and beats that are supposed to bypass the conscious mind, I guess, and no matter what's going on in there, and get to that place that is, deeper, that place where you can listen to the universe, listen to your higher self, God, Goddess, whatever you want to call it. So, and they have tons of them on YouTube, and they're great. So if you do have a mind that needs to be active, or you just don't get anything at all from still meditation, you can try the binaural beats meditations. And I've done guided meditations. I have had probably most success with the binaural beats because usually, honestly, I'll have them in my ear, and then I'm able to write or jot down ideas or do a grocery list. And people will say you shouldn't do meditation in that way, but really, I'm at the point of throwing away all rules about anything, because what is the point of doing something, a spiritual practice, the way somebody else does it and you don't get anything from it? So the idea is that you benefit, that you get to a space where you can just be. And I feel like whether that's bike riding or sitting still, listening to music, or as Andy does with a whole ritual of lighting the candles, and maybe doing guided meditations or meditations to meet your spirit animal or just those who have passed away, whatever it may be, shoveling horse poop, communication with animals, it's all valid no matter what it is. And so we want you to feel free to know that spiritual people do things in different ways. It's no different from any other aspect of life.
In the Zen tradition, walking meditation is very important. Gardening meditation is very important, because Zen Buddhists grow their own, in a monastery anyway, they grow their own food, and everybody has a chore, and they consider their chores part of their daily meditation.
Yes, indeed, they sure do. I mean, there are people that live this way in the Zen community, but a lot of people can also do retreats. Any of us, you can find a lot of retreats online where you can go for a weekend or 2 weeks and practice that sort of living. And you can learn from anything. I mean, I've always believed this, but more and more I see it to be true, because I was telling Andy yesterday that another thing that shoveling the horse poop out of the stalls does for me is it teaches me that it's really all about the process, and that it can't be about the end result, because often
I'm so uncomfortable.
Okay.
My left hip is killing me. I'm sorry.
So often, we always look for results, and that's fine in some aspects of life. But in many aspects of life, it really is all about the process. So, like, I'll go out there today and look at the stall that was so pristine when I cleaned it yesterday, and it'll be full of horse poop again. And this is what I had to learn. I used to always look and see, oh, does it still look beautiful? And of course it doesn't, and it's a round circle of, stalls, and it's not a process that you get to the end of for satisfaction. It's just a process by which you have to be in it when you're in it, and then out of it when you're out of it. And it's similar to many Zen Buddhist practice, and Buddhist practice in general, when they create these intricate art designs with sand. It's the most beautiful thing you ever did want to see, and then right afterwards they mess it all up. And that's just a crazy thing. And for a person with my personality, the first time I saw that on a video, I was like, ah, no, don't do it, because it's such intricate art, sand art, and they sit there for the longest periods of time and create this beautiful art just to mess it up again, because it's all they're teaching themselves over and over again, that it's about the process, it's not about the end result. And so I'm learning so much of that as I continue to do this, and like yesterday when I was cleaning the stall and I was like almost finished, and it was looking so beautiful. I like seeing the rake marks, you know. And then Sally, you know, after eating and eating, you know, for the couple hours I was in there, I watch her, and I know she's getting ready to poop. And I'm like, no, Sally. And you know, I had to just let it go. And of course, I mean, she didn't care. You know, she just let it go. And I was like, oh, well. And I didn't go over there and clean it up because I know it'll be there waiting for me. But we just wanted to share with you so that you can use this information for yourself, the things that we share about our lives and our spirituality, that however you choose to meditate, be in the moment, come into the present, whatever you want to call it, is that it's yours to do your way.
There are as many ways on the earth to do anything as there are human beings to do them.
Indeed.
So you have to, your job is to find what works for you. And it may take some time and patience as you try different techniques, embrace different traditions. But in the end, it's worth it because you will devise and create your own way to practice. And that's when you will get something out of it.
Yeah, yes, indeed. And it's so important. I mean, I just felt like it was important to share that because we talk about it a lot, and that we practice in many different ways, and that we both practice differently. You know, some things are common, some things are alike, other things are different. And to me, that's the way your spirituality should be, your own design. You know, it's no different from any other part of your life. It should be your own creation. So we want to share that. We won't be too long, but I just want to say that if you want to join us on Twitter, we're going to be doing this every Monday. It's our Twitter party in which we talk about doTERRA essential oils, and also open up the enrollment if you want to just begin purchasing the oils for yourself, your family, your pets, or for your own holistic and spiritual practice. So you would just go on Twitter, and at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, which is 5 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Mountain Time, which is what we are, you go on Twitter and log into your account as you normally do, and just go to hashtag #IWonderHealth. So you just go up to the search bar and just put in hashtag #IWonderHealth, no spaces. And then you'll be able to just see all the different bits of information that we're sharing about our experience with the oils. Also, any videos we want to share, you can find them there, and you can go in afterwards. We do it for an hour. You can go in afterwards anytime to hashtag #IWonderHealth and see all of the information there, the links to sign up, the links to purchase, the links to get to specials and things like that. So this special that we're doing right now, Vivian, who got our landlady involved into the business of doTERRA, said that from now through the end of February, anyone who signs up, joins, enrolls, whether it's making monthly purchases for yourself and your family or for your own business or practice, is offered a special. And that special is the $100. If you spend $200 purchasing the oils, you get $100 free given to you towards your next purchase. So, and there's a couple other goodies in there that I'll tweet as well. So anyway, that's from now through the end of February. So anyway, but join us on Twitter regardless, because we do tweet a lot as @IWonderSisters on Twitter. And so we just want to let you know that every Monday we will be doing that at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, the Twitter tutorials, rather, a hashtag #IWonderHealth. Okay?
Okay.
All right. All right, so thank you guys. We just want to say hello and give you a shout out And the weekends, sometimes we're so busy or just, like the energy is just not really right. And it's like, oh, I don't want to be on camera. So, so we're glad to be here. We appreciate all of you so much. We really, really do. Please subscribe. Please like our videos. If there's any that you feel is of some value, please share. We appreciate your watching, and we wish you all a great week.
Bye. Bye-bye.